Thank you, Jay. New tonight, the next steps in shutting down D.C.'s largest homeless shelter. Last fall, the D.C. Council voted to close down D.C. General. The plan is to replace it with small, short-term housing facilities throughout the city. Tomorrow morning, the council will discuss the next step in that plan. And then on Thursday, a community meeting to talk about those short-term housing plans. Stay with us here at ABC 7. We will continue to follow the story and we'll keep you updated on the news developments.
7 is on your side with Health Matters now, and President Obama is asking Congress for emergency funding to help fight the Zika virus. He wants more than $1.8 billion to prevent the virus from spreading in the U.S. The money would be used for mosquito control and to work on a vaccine. The CDC says 50 Americans now, including some in D.C. and Virginia, have returned from traveling abroad infected with the Zika virus.
Coming up on Thursday on ABC 7 News, we spend nearly a third of our lives in bed. I'm sure you've heard that statistic before, but do you really know the quality of the mattress that you're sleeping on in that time? The 7 on your side team went undercover buying mattresses. We'll show you what we found when we took a close look inside one. And folks, we were shocked when we found that mattress test coming up Thursday on ABC 7 News at 11. Don't miss it.
Well, we are now just minutes away from the New Hampshire primary, and the first 3 precincts will cast their ballots at midnight. Candidates spent today making their final pitches. The turnout predicted to be record-breaking. Bernie Sanders is out in front of Hillary Clinton on the Democratic side. Donald Trump still leading the polls in the crowded GOP field. But as we saw in Iowa, anything can happen. Our chief political correspondent, Scott Thuman, is in New Hampshire. He will bring you live updates throughout the day right here on ABC 7.
And we could be looking like New Hampshire around here, at least in certain parts. Huh?
Yeah, what's the latest?
You know, the latest models are coming in, or have come in, I should say, trending not as wet and a bit milder. So that means the snow total's a little bit less. I know the kids are at home right now saying, no.
Right, we haven't heard any majors closing.
No, and I think the school districts are going to wait to the very last minute possible tomorrow morning to make that decision if they do choose to close.
No doubt.
Tough call. Glad I don't have to do it. All right, take a look outside. High temperature today made up to 46 degrees. Remember just last year? 68 degrees on this date for a record high. So, my, how things can change. Looking at a current temperature reading of 39 at Reagan National, still well above freezing, and that's going to keep us mainly rain for the overnight. 39 in Leesburg, 36 in Frederick. That's where they have the winter storm warning out right now, but temperatures still well above freezing at this hour. Core of the colder air just off the north and west of us, but the core of the colder air, it's still in the upper 20s to lower 30s. Coldest of the air well to the north and east of us. Boston, where they're digging out, 21 degrees right now. Satellite radar heading a little bit closer. You can see everything that's falling around the Capitol Beltway for the most part right now is just rain, and it's spotty areas of rain. Head up toward College Park, Silver Spring, and Bethesda, looking at rain right now, but downtown D.C. over toward Roslyn and Old Town Alexandria, nothing at all. A little bit further off to the west, Round Hill, looking at just a few scattered areas of snow, light snow at this time, not amounting to a whole lot. And we're going to see things sort of switch over as we move through the overnight hours, from rain to a little bit of snow, back to a little bit of rain, all because of the temperatures. 30 to 35 for an overnight low, rain mixing with snow. Accumulations now mainly to the north of D.C. with winds out of the east at around 5 miles per hour. Now, we still have the winter weather advisory. It's in effect right now. It includes the district, southern Montgomery, Prince George's County, Fairfax, Arlington, Alexandria, and Loudoun. But northern Montgomery into Howard and Anne Arundel and Frederick looking at a winter storm warning for the overnight hours and into early Wednesday. I think that might cut out just a little bit ahead of time. Here's our futurecast hour by hour. This is doing a pretty good job. Here we are, 11 o'clock, have light snow just off to the west of us, but then early tomorrow morning when the school districts have to make their decisions around 4 o'clock, looking at rain, snow off to the north and west of us, snow and rain for the D.C. metro, and then look what happens. Noontime hour, mainly rain for D.C. because surface temperatures so mild, and then we'll end things with a little bit of a mixture, and that's likely to keep our snow totals down. How much are we talking about? I think the lower side of things here, 1 to 3 inches, but I'm thinking more like maybe 1 or 2 inches for the district, a bit more off to the north of us. Highest amounts well to the north and east. Highs tomorrow will be in the 30s, well above freezing. The next 7 days, let's fast forward to Valentine's Day. Ooh, it's going to be cold, only around 27 with a wake-up temperature of 12.